Land of power, land of might, exceptional rage, endless fight, patriot bulldozer, leading the way, crushing all foes, making them pay. Flag in hand, fury in eyes, screams of pride, ignoring lies, iron grip, ruthless and cold, American dream, fierce and bold, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save, bulldozers wrath, tearing apart, exceptionalism, fire in the heart, no retreat, no surrender, bulldozers force, a savage offender, red, white, blue, burning bright, in the chaos he finds delight, blazing trails of destruction left, in the name of the blessed, the theft, freedom's price, a crimson blade, bulldozer, savage again, legend made, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save, bulldozers wrath, tearing apart, exceptionalism, fire in the heart. Blazing trails of destruction left, in the name of the blessed, the theft, freedom's price, a crimson blade, bulldozer, savage afraid, legend made, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save, bulldozers wrath, tearing apart, exceptionalism, fire in the heart.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you all are having a titillating Tuesday. Welcome to the Dozer Den, everybody. Don't forget to smash that like button. Go ahead and give it a good thumping. Or you could lean in real close to that like button, whisper sweet nothings in its ear, and then just give it all you got. That's right, you teased it, and then you went hard. Right at that like button. You can comment in the comment section. Commenting is caring. Reposting this stream here on Rumble and over there on Build.net and on the X Machine. Very, very helpful. Appreciate the heck out of that. Good to see you, Red Delta, Yanni Fangs, Bartavello. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Dozer Den. We are currently on Rumble. We are on pill.net. Get you a dose of that good stuff on pill.net. We are on the X machine at Billdozer74 underscore underscore. You should be able to search Dozer74 and find me that way as well. I get in fights with cultists and commies on the X machine. Yes, indeed. Red Delta, we're doing all right. Little under the weather. Not gonna lie, not at my best right now, but I'm here for you, amazing killdozers here in the Dozer Den. I appreciate you guys. I do. Yes, I do. But if you have not yet shared this stream out with your loved ones, your friends, your family, your ex-girlfriends, boyfriends, Zers, and friends, I'm not judging. Just keep it consensual between adults and preferably behind closed doors, and we won't have a problem. If you didn't know, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Central. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday streams, we keep it news-focused, 3 to 4 news topics, or kind of relevant current event topics, with some palate cleansers sprinkled throughout the show. Saturday streams, it's a chill stream, a decompressed stream, a hangout stream. Because sometimes you need to get away from all the bullcrap. We might have one topic that we discuss, but for the most part, we're focused on chilling and taking music video requests for the Dozer Den DJ Hour, where you can rock out with your cock out, jam out with your clam out. Those are the only two options. If you're intersex, please pick a lane already. Good to see ya, S. Henson 1980. Hello, fellow furries. Well, just out yourself like that, I guess. Good to see you, S. Henson. Excuse me, I am a little bit sick, so if you hear me clear in my throat, if my voice sounds a little bit different today, that would probably be the reason. So I have noticed that whenever I've got a little bit of the sniffles, the bass increases in the voice, silky smooth. Goodness gracious. Did you guys know that you can support this channel monetarily as well? There are all those free ways that I mentioned, but you can support this channel monetarily by subscribing to Bulldozer74. $5 a month. $5 a month. That's all it takes. What's up, Reno Gal? Good to see you. Your cats say hello. Well, hello to your kitties. Good to see you, Reno Gal. Guys, if you haven't followed this channel yet, go ahead and click that follow button. Go ahead and follow the Dozer Den as well. That's the channel. Every now and then I might stream from that because for some reason we can't merge them. I wish we could, but only the cats are the only furries in your house. It's the way God intended. The way God intended, Reno Gal. But yes, you can subscribe to Bulldozer74 for a measly $5 a month. That's just a couple sodas, guys. That's it. To help support a small-time creator like moi. And when you do that, when you hit that subscribe button here on Rumble, your name will be lit up in the most beautiful shade of MAGA red. That's right. You'll catch that wonderful Rumble rash. It oozes patriotism, and the only treatment is more America. That's right. More America. You can't stop that Rumble rash. And you're going to be able to have access to a plethora of wondrous, stupendous, fantabulous emotes. Some animated, some not. But hopefully all at least a little bit entertaining. Guys, I am on the dozerden.locals.com. When you subscribe over there for $5 a month, you can participate in the live chat. Cool thing about the live chat there, one of the most free speech on the interwebs. And you can comment on other things that I might post there, and you can post your own interesting things in the Dozer Den community. And you'll get all the benefits of a Rumble subscription. Other benefits of a Rumble subscription: no ads on this channel, and you get access to the premium content that I will be doing during the month. I have to do 5 hours of premium content per month, so yeah, that'll be happening. Maybe not tonight. I don't know if about tonight. I don't think I'm going to be going very long. I went kind of long last night. We went a little over 4 hours last night, so but it was a darn good interview with Danny Jones and Anna Paulina Luna. So, man, she ended it on a rough note about the whole Epstein thing, though. I didn't like that. But hey, takes all types, takes all differences of opinions. That I do think that she did paint Massey in a bit of a incorrect light, but you know, we'll let it slide because she's got a lot of good. Here's the thing: you're not going to agree with everybody on everything, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay. Excuse me. But yes. Let's see. We're probably going to go about 2.5 hours tonight. I usually end up being a dirty, rotten liar, but I think tonight my body might tell me, yeah, you're going to bed. And I got an early morning tomorrow, so I need sleep. So, excuse me. But we do have some topics tonight. We do have some topics. First topic of the evening: Obama and Russiagate. Now, there was a story, from like back at the end of August about direct ties between Obama and instigating the whole thing, the whole hoax, which is that's what it was. It was an attempt to smear the administration and pretty much hamstring the administration from the beginning. And the narrative still sticks. There are people that are so brainwashed that they will just never, ever, ever let it go because they were told over and over again that Trump was a Russia stooge. Over and over and over again. Can't do premium when under the weather. Need to be at your best for premium. It's a fair point. It's a fair point, Bartavello. Speaking of premium, did you guys know that you can join Rumble Premium? And I wish I had an ad for that. But wait, I don't need to do any ads. I can just talk about it because I want to. Honestly, I have had Rumble Premium for over a year. I looked at it as, hey, I don't want to have to do the ads. I want access to everybody's premium content. So for $9.99 a month, or for I think $89 on the year if you use promo code Studio, you'll have access to everybody's premium content. No ads at all and on any channel. And you're supporting a free speech platform and helping out the creators. You're helping me out. Even if you do it for the month, that $9.99 for the month, that helps me out as a Rumble creator. So if you click that Get Premium button right under there, that does help, and it helps you, so you don't have to see ads, and so that you have access to the premium content that I will be putting out. Might there be a hike in the future? If I can find a place with good signal, yes. I am so close to thinking about getting Starlink, so that I can have a portable Wi-Fi, so I can go out in nature with you guys, because I love going out and doing stuff, and I would love to stream it with you all. So the code for so if you look under the video, there should be a Get Premium, that red Get Premium button. That should get you there. As far as the code, I think it's just a link. There used to be a code. Look at that, S. Henson with a slap of that peach. Every now and then, you got to slap that peach. And since you have a monthly sub already, it might not show up for you, Bartabello, so I don't know. That's a question that I think we ran into before. S. Henson, yes. Following it up with a nut button. There should be a red Get Premium under there, if you don't have it already. I don't know. Do I have a code? That's a great question. You'd think they would provide that. Nobody ever told me. They just have usually if you're not signed in, I can see it because I already have premium. So, I don't see it, but I might have to check on that. Very interesting. All right. But guys, after we talk about Obama and Russiagate, we have a newer article about a week old from the Gateway Pundit, which all the links to the articles are in the description or the interview that we're going to be pulling up. So there you go. Cool deal, Bartavello. Appreciate you. That does help. Sweet. So yeah, I think it was Wayne Root. Yeah. He wrote a piece in the Gateway Pundit about his feelings about the Obamagate, which we should just be calling it Obamagate instead of Russiagate because it was Obama's thing. He was the one involved in it. He's the one that instigated it and put a freaking blight on anything associated with Trump. So after we're done with that, we're going to talk about Jay Jones. He is a Democrat Attorney General candidate in the state of Virginia. He's kind of a piece of garbage. There's some, and people talk about the left, just the extremist portions are the ones that are doing this violence and having these ideologies. No, it's your generic Democrat lefty that is, running for political office that has these opinions. Truly disgusting perspectives on Republicans and their kids, their families. Not a nice guy. And Tim Kaine, still endorsing him, though. Still endorsing him for AG of Virginia. And that tells you a lot. That tells you a lot about Tim Kaine. That somebody that would say something like he did, and you still endorse him. Guy's character is just garbage. It's just garbage, guys. There are some really sick people out there that have been so thoroughly brainwashed that they don't see people like you or I as human anymore. They don't. And I hate that that's a thing, but it is. So We gotta acknowledge that. Creepy Kane still, yeah, the Grinch smile. Dude looks like the Grinch. Jim Carrey's the Grinch when he smiles. He looks just like him. Paint him green. Put some little, furry stuff on him. We were talking about furries, Essence, and earlier. Yeah. The Grinch is kind of a furry. Yep. He is. Damn it. Damn it. They snuck one in on us, guys. The Grinch is a furry. Write it down. Dozer. 10/7/2025. Oh shit, I forgot it's 10/7. That's going to be an important date for some people. And it sucks. Bad, don't get me wrong. Bad things happen. But they tried to turn that into a whole, well, there may be some similarities in between October 7th and Israel and 9/11. But we're not talking about that today. We're not going to talk about that. No. But after we get done talking about Jay Jones being a piece of garbage, we are going to talk a little bit about the Candace Owens. I've got my criticisms of her, but props where props are due. And I said it last night, and I said it on the show, and I said it on the X interactions. And some people are just like, "Oh, you owe somebody an apology." My statement was, until we get confirmation that these actually came from Charlie Kirk, and these were actually from the people that you're saying they're from, it is speculation, and we have to be careful because confirmation bias betrays us all. Well, Turning Point USA came out today and confirmed it. Not a good look. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the conclusions that Candace came to are accurate. And then she follows it up with a dream or something. Candace has a dream. She had a dream of Charlie Kirk. He came to her in her sleep. Disembodied spirit of Charlie Kirk came to her and told her that he had been betrayed. And I'm just like, oh, no, Candace, you kind of had a win there, hun. What are you doing? You kind of had a bit of a win. It doesn't mean your conclusions are correct, but it definitely doesn't help. It doesn't look good. And here's the thing: people could get into, I don't think Israel. I haven't seen enough evidence to indicate that Israel was specifically involved in Charlie Kirk. But AIPAC donates to leftist causes, and leftist causes contribute to people like that guy who they say was the one who shot Charlie Kirk. So dreams can come true. You're right, Bartavello. It's true. I don't know. Sometimes people do get keyed into things. I don't know if that's something she's had in her life, but I know I've talked to people like that. But what's up, Bitcher Be Nomad? Candace, Black Nostradamus Owens, that crazy lady. So she. Here's the thing too. What sucks about it? It's almost like she definitely knew it was real, put it out there in that way, so that she could be like, "Hey, look, I was right." And then, like the whole Macron's wife thing, she evidently offered to provide evidence. Now, I think Macron's wife's absolutely an abuser. Yeah, that's true. They hid that. But yeah. You got any things? We're not going to talk about Israel tonight, but we will be talking about Candace and Israel. Yes. I was talking about yes, you're right, Yanni Fangs. we have to. The texts are legit apparently. And it's not a good look. I'm not going to say it's a nothing burger. There are people out there trying to say it's a nothing burger. Until we get the full investigation, until we get the trial, until we get everything out, we get, just discovery and all that, we can't be 100% sure on one thing or another. Like, even that Tyler Robinson was the one that took the shot. We can't be 100% sure. Does it sound like it is? Did he, confess to it? Apparently, yeah. That's what the FBI is saying. That, but I drew the comparison between the screenshots yesterday from Candace and well, they literally would say, Bartavello, that, okay, if you're a woman, just prove it. Well, apparently she offered photographic and DNA evidence proving, like, chromosomally, hey, female. If that's accurate, then Candace doesn't have a leg to stand on there. Guess it depends on if you believe that the DNA sample was from Brigitte. Is it Brigitte Macron? I think it's Brigitte. Could be wrong on that, but those are the topics, guys. We have a redacted piece where they kind of went into detail on the Charlie Kirk text messages. really cool show, Redacted on Rumble. Definitely interesting topics, right up my alley. So it's like Melania Trump getting offended by Candace saying she's a man. Well, the thing is, Candace was saying it just like whole, like 100%, like, yeah. Cheddar Steve, Macron gonna stand on that middle leg. It's like, the thing is, it's like you're damned if you do and damned if you don't when somebody makes a crazy claim. Like a claim that is salacious is going to get attention, and you're going to have people make assumptions regardless of what you say. If you say nothing, they're gonna, oh well, it'd be easy, really easy just to come out and deny it, come out and prove that you're not. And then when you do, well, why'd you feel the need to prove it? Huh? Must have been some truth, some little bit of, grain of truth there. And it's like, I don't know. Do you guys like the thumbnail? Thumbnail's Clapper and Obama dancing. I felt like that was a worthy prompt for Grok. Excuse me. Candace will not be happy until ET fingers itself in. ET? Who the fuck? ET? It? You mean it? Did you try to type it and it typed ET? I don't want to have that image in my head, Reno Mad. No. Reno Gal. I feel like Candace is just throwing topics out there to see what sticks, all for attention. There is some, I get the vibe of ghoulishly grifting, but I mean, and that's the thing, she was right on this one, so it's like that's going to give her some credibility in some aspects. So yeah, I'm not happy with that picture in my head either. Nope. Macron's wife is ET. Okay, damn it, you're right. I see it. It's not. There's got to be a meme out there. Oh, come on. Oh, that it looks just like it. Candace Owens is Michelle Obama. Oh, no. Elliot. It's accurate. I think I have a meme of this saved somewhere. Actually. Let's see. So let's pull... Let me see. Pick a good one here. Let's do ET in the wig and dress. We'll find this. We're doing live meme searching. This is, oh, come on. Son of a, really? Come on, Brave. That's one thing that Brave doesn't do the best at, finding images. Scary looking woman. It just is. Let's look here. Wig and a dress, yes. So there's Brigitte. I think her name's Brigitte. Yeah, Brigitte Macron. That's not the right one. That's a brunette lady. So there she is. Let's find E.T. Yep. This is accurate. I can't unsee it now. I can't unsee this. That? Can't. Damn it. Entry Nomad, you did this. Entry Nomad coming in hot with a $2 Rumble rant. Turn in the chat. Great shade of green. I think we've got a sound for that. Do we have a sound for that? We do, if I can scroll down to it.
Hulk! Smash!
Thank you so much for that $2 donation. That is one of the ways that you can help support this channel. Rumble Rants gifted subs. You can shower the chat with your love, guys. Or you can spray the chat with your love. Whatever verb you want to use. I'm not judging you, okay? I'm not. You can also donate via Venmo. I had to pick the right hand there. Venmo or Cash App. Look at that. 2 QR codes. It's your option. Goes directly to the Dozer Den household, so that no cuts are taken to Rumble in this way. So those are options. Appreciate the heck out of you guys. Those that do donate. If you didn't know, we have a gimmick here in the Dozer Den. We reached hat goal last night. We can reach hat goal every night if you guys want it to be so. What is hat goal? Well, I'm a man of many hats. I have a few options. I have fancy hats. I have silly hats. And if we hit $50 worth of donations, I'll put on one of the fancy hats. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Brigitte. Reno gal. Last fortune cookie I had said, emptiness will soon be filled. Guess what? I got pregnant that week. I don't do. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Enter Reno mind off to infect the innocent minds of other Rumble chats. You are you're doing the Lord's work there. Doing the Lord's work. Yanni Fang's literally the last fortune cookie I opened did not have anything in it. That happens. Yeah. Happens from time to time. My fortune cookie said some good things and then it didn't happen, but it was directly relevant to something that was going on, but whatever. We keep trucking, guys. We keep trucking regardless. Oh, I do apologize for the sniffles. That's going to be happening tonight, but it's all right. Not even blank. No, but yeah, I've had those. It's just like, oh, no fortune. Your time has run out, apparently. You know what? I wish this person's time would run out. If you ever get to a point where you need to be lifted by crane and forklift out of your home, just go ahead and just like roll over if you can, or let the pillow. Ask somebody to put a weight with a pillow on your face. Because this does not. I just don't even... Somebody had to enable this. So the people that enabled it need to be charged with abuse. But also, this person probably manipulated them into bringing them all the food. Like, and there are people with like Prader-Willi syndrome or something like that they can't control how much they eat. They will literally eat and eat and eat until they just get disgustingly huge. So maybe, but usually these people are literally the manufacturers of their own prison, and their prison is their body. Like, I imagine he makes sounds as he's big. And I say this as a chunky feller. But never in a million years is this acceptable. This should not be something that is possible. There are children starving on the streets because of this man. Allowed that version of it. Damn, dude, I'm hungry. He said, you're hungry because he ate all your food. Look at the wobble. I'm sad because I ate, and I ate because I'm sad. It's a vicious cycle. see it now. See him, excuse me, not it, to him. You can see him compared to normal people.
That's a huge bitch!
Yeah, there's a human in there, apparently. Pivot. Pivot. Did you guys see this very real, very
People are
important
saying
interview between Caitlin Collins and brother lover Ilhan Omar? It gets a little bit crude, so, you know, to those who are of delicate mind, turn away your ears.
people are saying you married your brother for citizenship purposes, but are you in love with your brother, Congresswoman? I mean, do you guys sleep with each other? Is this normal in Somalia? Does he get butt naked and yell, "I'm decapted now, sister"?
I'm the captain now, sister.
Or what's the deal over there? You got some kind of stepbrother fetish, Congresswoman? And when you guys get naked and have sex, do you leave your headscarf on or do you take it off? People are saying
AI is going to ruin people. It's going to ruin people, guys. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's horrible. It's AI. It's not real, guys. But damn, it's getting good. She married her brother. That happened. Immigration fraud. They've been raiding Minnesota, and a lot. Like I think it was like, was it 50% of the people there are guilty of immigration fraud? That's a takeover. That is an infiltration. That is absolutely trying to take over a town. Speaking of AI taking over, guys, people have lost the ability to critically think, and I think we are actually. This isn't too crazy to think we might end up at this point. What should I do? When you use
Hey, how's it
ChatGPT
going?
for everything.
A cashier has asked me how it's going. How do I respond?
Keep it short and light. Try something like,
Good, and you?
He said good and you. What do I say to that?
perhaps offer to assist him with something like,
Are you looking for something I can help with?
What items am I collecting?
the items you should collect depend on your needs.
What's up,
What
G-Man
are
Dano?
my needs?
Needs can vary, but the most common are health, food, shelter, and companionship.
Do you have companionship?
What aisle is companionship in?
Companionship is never in the same aisle twice. Some days it's with the bread, soft and warm. If you can't find it, ask the person stocking the shelves. Half the time they're looking for it too. Fred, ask Fred.
Fred? Where?
Where is Fred?
I'm not sure where Fred is. Could you provide more details or context?
A man has asked me about details and context for the whereabouts of a man named Fred who can help me find companionship, which is an item I need for my collection. What should I say?
A person asking for the whereabouts of a friend who can help them find companionship as an item for a collection could be a coded way of discussing human trafficking.
Oh my God, should I call the police?
Yes.
How?
Dial 911.
Please? Help me. Help me.
No problem. Can you please provide me with the address at which you're experiencing this emergency?
What's the address?
What type of address? A business address? An email address?
Do you need my email address?
Do I need...
Oh, it's sad. Sad, but just about true. Honestly, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. Idiocracy is on its way, guys. I mean, I'm already wearing the Crocs. Okay, I'm already wearing the Crocs. What is up, Nickel Floor? Imagine if you got carpal tunnel syndrome and your thumbs wouldn't work. Yep, it'd be a dangerous, dangerous time for those involved in that stuff. But guys, let's go ahead and get into the first topic. First topic up. We got ourselves a little alert. This is not new necessarily, but Prime. It was on August 5th or something like that. But it is still an interesting piece. I don't remember covering it honestly, and it kind of was a blip in the news coverage. I think it should have more attention, so we're going to focus on it a little bit. It's Jesse Waters covering it. I also have an article. Link is in the description, by the way. First topic, Obama and Russiagate.
News alert, the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, releasing a bombshell
Now, remember this part. Tulsi Gabbard.
report today that shows a conspiracy by a sitting president, Barack Obama, and his intel agencies to sabotage the president-elect, Donald Trump, brainwash the electorate, and undermine the legitimacy of an election.
There is irrefutable evidence that detail how President Obama and his national security team directed the creation of an intelligence community assessment that they knew was false. They knew it would promote this contrived narrative that Russia interfered in the 2016 election to help President Trump win, selling it to the American people as though it were true. It wasn't.
Gabbard got her hands on a House intel report that's been locked away in a CIA vault for almost a decade.
Yeah.
Investigators spent over 2,000 hours looking.
Intel agencies only do clandestine activities. They don't ever mess with people here in this country, guys. Come on. Crazy conspiracy theorists.
Looking into how the Russia hoax was born, interviewing 20 CIA and FBI officials. And it turns out that the Obama administration doctored the intelligence to make it look like Putin and Trump stole the election. A month after Trump beat Hillary, Barack Obama wasn't satisfied with his intelligence reporting.
I think I remember the reason why this didn't get much attention. This did not get much attention because this is when the Epstein stuff really started blowing up for the Trump administration and all the horrible messaging. And that took all the air out of this story. But this is important.
And ordered his CIA director to create a new assessment of how Russia interfered with the election. This was a highly unusual move. John Brennan handpicked 5 CIA analysts to write the assessment, and they were siloed. None of them knew what the other was doing. And only one analyst was in charge of drafting this report.
For the thumbnail.
There was nothing routine about this, and it was a rush job to publish before Trump was sworn in. Nothing was coordinated with the other intelligence agencies either. Basically, this was home cooking for Barack Obama. There were 4 key elements from the assessment that were repeated over and over again and formed the basis of the Russia hoax and the Robert Mueller witch hunt. 1, that Vladimir Putin wanted Donald Trump to win. 2, Putin took action to help Trump win. 3, the Russians had blackmail on Trump. That was the Steele dossier. And 4, that the Russians tried colluding with the Trump campaign. None of any of this was ever true. There was no reliable intelligence to support any of these allegations. Senior CIA officials repeatedly refused to traffic in these allegations, but they were repeatedly overruled by CIA Director Brennan and FBI Director Comey, who insisted that they be pushed, even without verifiable evidence. The Obama administration cherry-picked the intelligence, lied about their sources, misquoted sources, didn't corroborate their claims, suppressed intelligence that ran counter to their narratives, and even used anonymous internet postings. Rank and file CIA admitted what they were doing violated their own tradecraft standards. There was a massive pressure campaign that came right from the top. CIA analysts say they received unusual directives from political appointees, the CIA director, and Obama himself. This is how the Russia hoax was born.
Donald Trump knows that the Russians helped him win in 2016.
Putin hated Secretary Clinton so much that the flip side of that coin was he.
But like she sold a bunch of nuclear stuff to, what is it? Ukraine, Uranium One? Is that what it was? Yeah.
Had a clear preference for the person running against the person he hated so much.
It was Russia in a very systematic way in trying to interfere in the election and to try to advance the prospects of Donald Trump being elected.
This was such a malicious disinformation campaign perpetrated on the American people that at one point, 60% of Democrats believed the Russians hacked our voting machines.
It's from Star Trek, Sam Duty.
What this report actually shows is that the Russians just wanted to create chaos and undermine Americans' faith in democracy. Solid intelligence suggested that Vladimir Putin didn't care who won. He had no preference. But like most people, expected Hillary to win and had a little docket of compromising dirt on her, dirt that he never released. Now, if Putin wanted Trump to win, why didn't Putin drop the dirt?
There were high-level DNC emails that detailed evidence of Hillary's, quote, psycho-emotional problems, uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and cheerfulness, and that then Secretary Clinton was allegedly on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers. Then CIA Director Brennan and the intelligence community mischaracterized intelligence and relied
You know, if she wasn't such a horrible person, I'd feel bad.
on dubious
That's why she passed out.
substandard sources to create a contrived false narrative that Putin developed a quote-unquote clear preference for Trump.
Now, if Clinton was on tranquilizers like the Russians believed, why didn't they leak it to help Trump win?
How credible was the information about Hillary Clinton's health?
All I have seen is what the Intelligence Committee have reported through their investigation. I think that the underlying point there is that we understand from intelligence what Russia said that they had. And the important point here is that if they were trying to influence the election, as President Obama and James Clapper and John Brennan, everybody said they were doing in order to support Donald Trump's election, they would have released the most damning of that information.
Obama and his spy chiefs knew that Putin didn't prefer Trump over Hillary, but they cooked the intelligence to make it look like he did. Obama and his intel spies knew that Putin didn't collude with Trump and that he didn't even direct his people to help Trump win. But they put it out there anyway.
Yep.
In a sense, Barack Obama did exactly what Putin wanted, undermined Americans' faith in free and fair elections and caused chaos in our country.
Yep.
Barack Obama, the CIA, and the FBI were the ones doing what our enemy wanted.
Do you believe that any of this new information implicates former President Obama in criminal behavior?
We have referred and will continue to refer all of these documents to the Department of Justice and the FBI to investigate the criminal implications of this.
For even former
The evidence,
President Obama?
correct. The evidence that we have
It's treason. It's fucking treason.
found and that we have released directly point to President Obama leading the manufacturing of this intelligence assessment. There are multiple pieces of evidence and intelligence that confirm that fact.
Even 2 years later, after the election, Barack Obama was still pushing a hoax he knew wasn't true. And he knew it wasn't true because he helped manufacture it.
They're undermining our alliances, cozying up to Russia. What happened to the Republican Party? They're cozying up to the former head of the KGB. Actively blocking legislation that would defend our elections from Russian attack. What happened?
Now, I don't know if it's possible to indict a former president for actions he took while in office. I'm not a lawyer.
They did that. They did that with Trump, though, didn't they?
Proudly. But Brennan, Comey, and others may have severe liability. Trey Gowdy says we know for a fact that Brennan committed perjury when he lied to Congress.
Director Brennan, do you know who commissioned the Steele
Hopefully
dossier?
it was taken away when you're done with it.
I don't.
Do you know if the Bureau ever relied on the Steele dossier as part of any court filings, applications?
I have no awareness.
Yeah, it's never going to happen.
Did the CIA rely on it?
No.
Well, Trey Gowdy fell off fucking hard, didn't he,
Because
guys?
we didn't. It wasn't part of the corpus of intelligence information that we had. It was not in any way used as a basis for the intelligence community assessment that was done. It was not.
Well, that's a lie. Whatever happens to these guys is not revenge. It's accountability. And it's time for people to pay the price.
Yep. 100%. I agree. I agree. Let's look at the article we got about it. From the Gateway pundit, Wayne Allen Root. Oh, his middle name is Allen. I did have that right. War. Wayne Allen Root. Russiagate was treason. It was part of conspiracy to steal 3 presidential elections. Here are the top 10 reasons why Trump DOJ must appoint a special prosecutor immediately. Well, then what's the special prosecutor going to do? They're going to suggest something, and then the AG, Pam Bondi, ain't going to do a damn thing. Scam Blondie, guys. She was on Capitol Hill being questioned today, and honestly, didn't do a great job, in my opinion. I mean, there were legitimate questions that even Democrats were asking, and she was treating them like they were being silly gotchas. It's like, actually, they hate to say it, but they have legit questions. They didn't ask them during Biden, which I will say is cruddy on their part. But yeah. It's number 1 of the 10 reasons why Trump DOJ must appoint a special prosecutor. Russiagate was really Obamagate, and it was treason. The Trump DOJ needs to appoint a special prosecutor, counselor, to investigate Russiagate. This is the conspiracy of the century. It's massive. It's time to put in the hands of a power pit bull. Time to put it in the hands of a power pit bull special prosecutor. I can't read tonight. My God. Don't wait another day. Do it immediately. The criminal conspiracy started while Obama was president. Either you assume Obama is a moron, possibly, or a helpless puppet who stood by unaware his DOJ, FBI, and CIA and other intelligence agencies were targeting President Trump, or you understand the truth. Obama ordered it all, approved it all, and coordinated it all. Obama was and still is the head of the snake. The massive conspiracy connects all the dots from 2016 to today. Obama and his crew of criminal conspirators and communist comrades, ooh, alliteration, I like it, tried to rig and steal not one, not two, but three presidential elections. And to make it all work, they had to eliminate President Trump. So they conspired to frame him, indict him, convict him with rigged judges and juries, demonize him with a massive fraudulent sting operation on January 6th. And when all that failed, they ordered 2 assassination attempts. The only way to get to the bottom of this conspiracy of the century is to hire a team of legal pitbull prosecutors. Oh no! Gateway pundit, what did you do? That's not a word. To go after all the participants: Comey, McCabe, Brennan, Clapper, Hillary, etc., 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 and then threaten them all with life in prison, preferably at Gitmo, and then offer immunity if they fingering the Capo di Tutti. Not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce that. Who gave them the orders? Barack Obama. I'm guessing captain. Is that Latin for captain? Captain of the ship? I don't know. Only a special prosecutor. There can only be one. With a team of legal pitbulls and vast resources. And the vast resources and funding of the federal government can make this happen, guys. I'm known for my national television show, America's Top 10 Countdown, where I count down the biggest news stories in America each week. Viewers love it when facts and raw truth are laid out in the top 10 format. So, here are the top 10 reasons why the Trump DOJ must name a special prosecutor/counselor. Number 1, the special counsel Mueller and Durham and Department of Justice DOJ Inspector General Horowitz investigations never investigated the origins of the Hillary Clinton Democratic National Committee plan as a criminal conspiracy to defraud the United States. 2, every investigative and prosecution check and balance in the system to prevent the weaponization and politicization of federal government agencies by those in power either failed or was ignored by those in leadership positions and by the Inspector General's office. 3, the special counselor Mueller and DOJ Inspector General Horowitz investigations into the Russia hoax conspiracy never looked at the national security implications or President Obama's actions of allowing the FBI investigations on Team Trump to go forward. When Obama and those within his administration knew this was a scheme by the Clinton campaign and the DNC to taint Trump with Russian collusion to interfere in and steal the 2016 presidential election. Bastards. 4, expose how the Russian hoax ruse evolved from simply a traditional Democratic dirty trick into a massive criminal conspiracy plan implemented at the highest levels of government to interfere in the 2016 presidential elections to sway votes over to Hillary Clinton. 5, expose how Hillary Clinton Democrat National Committee paid for disinformation documents. The bogus Steele and Shear dossiers became the centerpiece for national security agencies, CIA, FBI, DOJ, and congressional and Senate investigations into Trump and members of his team for conspiring with the Russians. Darn Ruskies. The facts show there was never any legal predication for any of the FBI or special counsel investigations into Trump or his team, and no evidence that Trump or his team conspired with the Russians. The release of the files on Crossfire Hurricane and Arctic Frost showed the substantial role that's right, Arctic Frost came up recently, that the FBI played in the Russian hoax conspiracy of interfering with and influencing not 1, but 3 presidential elections, 2016, 20, and 2024. 7, allegations that former FBI leadership and special counsel S.C. Mueller hid exculpatory documents in the Russiagate, is what you meant to put there, I'm guessing, investigation. 8, allegations that former President Obama, CIA Director Brennan, Office of National Intelligence Director Clapper, and FBI Director Comey manipulated the ICA to destroy Trump. Number 9. In March 2016, President Obama shut down the CIA unit, Strategic Foreign Denial and Deception Committee, FDDC, the unit responsible for countering the Russian disinformation threat. The evidence infers that former President Obama and his administration did not believe their own political narrative that Russians were a threat to the nation. This was contrary to the Russian interference narrative sold to the public, which indicates pure fraud. Number 10. Accountability, guys. It's a big part of it. Accountability and transparency are not just ideals. They are the only way to restore the public's faith in our institutions and justice system. Because right now, most Americans don't trust our institutions. The three-letter agencies need to fucking go. Retsdom, it's a spooky dookie. Every poop in October is a spooky dookie. Words of wisdom from Retsdom. We're going to leave that up there for a minute. It's very accurate. Very accurate. If we hit our $50 goal tonight, I will put on the spooky Burger King crown. Just saying. It's over here to the side, just waiting. It's pretty cool. We're $48 away, guys. $48. Let's see. Where were we at? I got distracted. So again, let me stress the litany of crimes committed under the umbrella of Russiagate, i.e. Obamagate, in 2016, leads to the 2020 rigged and stolen election, which leads to massive collusion between China, the CCP, and the Democratic Party to use the COVID pandemic, quote-unquote pandemic, we'll say pandemic, to destroy the booming Trump economy, change voter laws, and introduce fraudulent mail. That is absolutely what happened. And ballots to steal... mail-in ballots to steal key battleground states, which then leads to the bogus indictments, convictions, and judgments against President Trump, all intended to force Trump to die in prison, which leads to the Cloward Piven open borders conspiracy to flood America with tens of millions of illegal alien foreign invaders to change the voting demographics of America, which leads to the cover-up of Biden's mental incapacitation as president, which then leads to the 2024 media manipulation fake polls and two assassination attempts on President Trump. It's all part of the same ongoing communist globalist conspiracy. These communist globalists, I'm telling you what it is, they want to make all the frogs gay and they want your children's blood. It's true. That's what Wayne Allen Root said. Democrats use fraud, Soviet-level propaganda, slander, demonization, and weaponization of government to try to manipulate, rig, and steal 3 presidential elections. Those dirty bastards. Pull off a seditious coup and hijack the entire U.S. federal government to control all its power, riches, and resources forevermore. Only a massive special prosecutor investigation operating independently from the DOJ with all the unlimited power and resources of the federal government can connect all the dots and bring former President Obama and all his cronies and commie comrades to justice. And perhaps most importantly, tie all of this to one overriding crime, treason, which leads to the punishment of the death penalty. Going hard over there, Wayne Allen Root. There you go. That's from the Gateway Pundit. Link is in the description if you want to dive into that article a little bit more intently and digest it fully. You can do so. Oh, man, guys. I don't know. You guys want to watch a clip of Jon Stewart doing actual decent coverage that kind of reminds me of the old days of Jon Stewart? I used to watch when I was like 15 or 16. Liberal Jon Stewart calls Chuck Schumer a human flat tire. Things are not going good for Chuckles.
Democrats are adamant that we must protect the health care of the American people.
Good points. Not crazy about this. Solid framing, delivered with clarity. Really could have done without the whole Americans demand. It's just not. But if you would stop there, that would be great. But you're going to keep talking, aren't you? Aren't you?
New data came out today from KFF. And that is not Kentucky Fried French fries. KFF could be Kentucky French fries. Nah.
Kaiser family.
I know. Orange.
For a Jew, that wasn't very funny. Just saying.
Who is that joke even for? 6-year-olds that watch C-SPAN? What the are you doing? Chuck Schumer is a human flat tire.
Oh, goodness gracious. I can't be yawning already. It is only 10:30 or 10:23. Not even a full hour into the show yet. Did you guys see Kristi Noem met with the Portland police chief, Bob Day? And, you know, I hope I'm not reading into this, but if you guys tell me what you think. This looks like he was crying. It looks like his face is red because he was crying after Kristi Noem walked out after meeting with him.
I'm going to give this to somebody. Yeah. Be careful.
Day. It's a bad Bob Day. The police chief of Portland. They tried to get Nick Sorter. They dropped the charges because they didn't have any evidence that he was the guy that instigated things. What is up, Castro? Jacob Castro in the chat. Sup, savages? Good to see you, bud. Thanks for watching this episode of the Dozer Den. Guys, if you haven't smashed the like button yet, go ahead and give it a good smashing. Do it to it, Lars. Have your way with that like button. I get it. You get excited about the like button every now and then, and if you must hit it more than once, don't just hit it twice. You must hit it at least thrice. For if you hit it twice, it cancels it out, and you want to be a proud killdozer here in the Dozer Den, gosh darn it. So keep it odd, and the like will be there. You can comment in the comment section, repost the stream, so that we may welcome more killdozers here into the Dozer Den. You can share the stream out with your loved ones. That's a good idea, too. I might be working on a shirt idea. I don't know. I need to get the sticker mule thing going, too, though. Yes. But there are some things that aren't very funny. And Jay Jones. Jay Jones is one of the things that is not very funny. He's running for he's a Democrat running for Attorney General in Virginia. And he has some really bad texts that, first of all, this is the guy. Shoot. There we go. Kind of looks like Julian Castro. This is the guy, Jay Jones. Well, looks, unassuming. Doesn't seem like he's too bad looking guy, Here are some of the text messages. Says, you weren't simply asking questions and you know it. I genuinely was. I wasn't attacking you. I was trying to understand your logic. You weren't trying to understand. You were talking about hoping that this Jennifer Gilbert's children would die. So this is a person responding to Jay Jones. Jay Jones is the gray. Person responding is the blue, rightly calling him out for being a horrible person. Yes, I've told you this before. Only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy. He's advocating for his opponent's kids to die. This guy needs a rude awakening. Said there isn't. I point blank asked you more than 3 times and you dug in that you meant it. I honestly am questioning a lot today. I mean, do I think Todd and Jennifer are evil and that they're breeding little fascists? Yes. This is the mentality of these fuckers on the left right now. There's a lot of them that feel like this. Even normal lefties. There are some normal lefties some unassuming, like, old individuals that are hardcore, vicious fucks. And they've been manipulated so heavily by the media they consume and by the social media mind rot that I feel I pity them, but I also don't want this to be a thing. And if you're going to be like that, you don't need to be in polite society. Go somewhere else. They say nice things about everyone. If those guys die before me, I'll go to their funerals and piss on their graves, send them out a wash in something. And someone said, Jay Jones. 3 people, 2 bullets. Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. Spoiler, put Gilbert in the crew with the 2 worst people you know, and he receives both bullets every time. Jay, please stop. LOL. Okay. It really bothers me when you talk about hurting people or wishing death upon them. Yeah, because the person responding evidently has a soul. Tim Kaine, in response to this...
Senator, do you still support Jay Jones? You do. What do you think you should drop out of this race after those comments? I just answered your question. You have concerns about what you saw?
The comments are completely indefensible. I've known Jay Jones for 25 years, and those comments are very much out of character for him. So if I put the comments...
Evidently fucking not, you Grinch-looking motherfucker.
...which are clearly beyond the pale, against knowing this guy for 25 years, I'm still a supporter of Jay Jones. What do you think about...
Senator, do you still support Jay?
Crap. You evidently don't know him that well, because that's what he says in his private time. That's what he says when he doesn't have anybody looking and he's not having to put on a nice face for somebody. That's the real Jay Jones. That's the real Jay Jones. He wants his opponent's children dead. That's horrible. And it pains me to think that's where we're at in this country, but evidently we are. Evidently we are. We've got an article from Virginia Mercury. So it's a local source. Link is in the description to this article, guys. Beyond disqualifying, Jay Jones controversy jolts Virginia's pivotal 2025 elections. The Democratic Attorney General nominee's 2022 text about 2 bullets to the head spark bipartisan condemnation. GOP attack ads and a Trump intervention on behalf of Jason Mayares. What began as a quiet October Friday in Virginia politics erupted into a full-blown national scandal when screenshots of private 3-year-old text messages showing Democratic Attorney General nominee Jay Jones fantasizing about shooting then House Speaker Todd Gilbert and his children were made public. Wow. The National Review story revealed in August 2022 exchange between Jones, a former Norfolk delegate and one-time assistant attorney general, and Delegate Kerry Coyner, Republican from Chesterfield. In the text, Jones described a scenario in which Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head, followed by a wish that the Republican lawmaker's children die in their mother's arms. The messages sent shortly after Gilbert offered public condolences over the death of retired Democratic Delegate Joe Johnson of Washington County stunned political circles across Virginia and beyond. Coyner confirmed the authenticity of the exchange in a statement Friday evening, calling the remarks disgusting and unbecoming of any public official. Oh, so yeah. On August 8th, 2022, I had a text conversation with Jay Jones, Coyner said. What he said was not just disturbing, but disqualifying for anyone who wants to seek public office. Jay Jones wished violence on the children of a colleague and joked about shooting Todd Gilbert. In a statement, see, that's why this sick rot has festered, guys. It is absolutely freaking festered. What's up, Harry Toe 2? Just lurking for a few. Well, thanks for popping in for a little bit, Harry Toe. Appreciate you, bud. Farts are like ghost poops. Never trust a fart. It's fair. It's fair. Let's see. In a statement Friday evening, Jones admitted sending the text messages and said he takes full responsibility for his actions. Then fucking quit. Quit. Stop. Pull out of the race. You're done. You already blew your load. Pull out. He apologized directly to Todd Gilbert and his family and vowed to work to regain Virginia's trust. Yeah, I think I'd be willing to fight over that one. If you wish death upon my kids, I want to beat your ass. Yeah, you ever see me, I'm going to go ahead and beat the fuck out of you. You wish death upon my kids, you deserve a good beating. I don't care. That's one where you deserve to have you deserve to have your teeth shoved so far down your throat that you're shitting them out. Fuck this guy, Jay Jones. If I was the person whose children had been threatened, that's how I would respond. Teeth are not hard to break out, just saying, if you hit it the right way. The revelation instantly reshaped a statewide race that had already been fiercely contested. After initially declining to comment, Attorney General Jason Mayares, the Republican incumbent, condemned his opponent during an impromptu news conference in Richmond Saturday afternoon. The Attorney General is the chief law enforcement officer of Virginia, Mayares said. It must be done with character and integrity. Jay Jones has proven he's reckless, biased, and willing to trade away his integrity. This conduct is disqualifying. I agree. Mayares said that he had sat with crying victims of violent crime as a prosecutor and called Jones's comments the kind of darkness that disqualifies anyone from holding public office. Governor Glenn Youngkin echoed the sentiment in a post on X, calling the messages violent, disgusting rhetoric targeted at an elected official and his kids. Jay Jones said that Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head and then hoped his children would die. Youngkin wrote, "This is no gosh, I'm sorry here. Jones doesn't have the morality or character to drop out of the race. Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears, now the Republican nominee for governor, went further, attempting to tie the controversy to her Democratic opponent, former Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger. Jay Jones is the poster child for the Democrat establishment, and he fantasizes about murdered little children lying lifeless in their mother's arms. Earl Sears said in a statement, "My opponent, Abigail Spanberger, urges her supporters to fill their hearts with violent hate. Let your rage fuel you," she says. Words have meaning. That they do. That they do. Earl Sears' campaign released a new television ad Sunday morning, repeating those claims, even though Spanberger's 2024 rage quote came in the context of urging voter turnout, not violence. From Richmond to Washington, the fallout quickly spilled beyond Virginia's borders. On Saturday afternoon, Vice President J.D. Vance weighed in, using the controversy to accuse Democrats of hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. The Democrat candidate for AG in Virginia has been fantasizing about murdering his political opponents. Vance wrote on X, formerly, we don't have to say that anymore. It's X. I'm sure the people hyperventilating about sombrero memes will join me in calling for this very deranged person to drop out of the race. President Donald J. Trump. Donald, words, for the love of God. It's not Monday, but I am under the weather, and I am blaming it on the children. The kids, their little germ factories, and I am sick. I was a little feverish this morning. Probably feverish now, but I'm making it. Let's see. So Trump said to Truth Social that radical left lunatic Jay Jones, who's running against the great attorney general in Virginia, Jason Myers, had made sick and demented. Sick, so sick, you wouldn't even realize how sick jokes, if they were jokes at all, about the murdering of a Republican legislator, his wife, and their children. Trump accused Jones of spreading not funny and deranged remarks while blasting Spanberger as weak and effective, low energy, weak and effective, I'm telling you. For not condemning Jones more forcefully. Even Democrats are saying it is resignation from campaign territory, Trump wrote, calling Jones to drop out of the race immediately. He closed the post by giving his complete and total endorsement of Myers, his first in Virginia's statewide elections this year, saying, "Jason will never let you down. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna turn around and hurt you." No. Other Republicans quickly followed suit, with the U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson writing that there is no conceivable justification for wishing violence against a political opponent and their children, and urging Jones to immediately withdraw this candidacy. And White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller said the episode showed how dangerously radicalized the Democrat Party has become. Republican Attorney General Association Chair Chris Kobach called the text abhorrent and urged Jones to withdraw. The group also launched a website displaying the messages in full. Good. U.S. Rep. Morgan Griffith, Republican from Salem, said he was very disturbed by the idea that Jones would fantasize about Mrs. Gilbert having to watch her children die in her arms. Virginia House Minority Leader Terry Kilgore, Republican Scott, praised Coiner, oh God, for showing speaking of Israel, showing real courage by standing up to Jay Jones' inappropriate and offensive comments. And John Reed, the Republican nominee for lieutenant governor who faced his own scandal earlier this year, reports that explicit Tumblr post tied to an account with his name had surfaced. I wonder what those were. Now I'm curious about his scandal. Lieutenant Governor John Reed on Tumblr. I from what I hear, nothing good really happens on Tumblr. Bunch of leftist crap. See, the revelation prompted Youngkin to personally urge Reed to drop out of the race and request he ultimately rejected. All right, well, hey, there you go. Sticking strong to it. Ooh, damn. Nice. Lady Dozer got me something to eat. Hell yeah. Not gonna lie, I might bring that up here and finish it. After buying your own clip. Guys are having fun. 6 out of 10, but 9 out of 10 on the Rickroll. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take that, Harry Toe. Oh, man. Let's see. How much more of this article is there? I don't know if I want to finish reading this. Yeah, I think I'm done reading this article. This is the left has been so severely radicalized, guys, that even these are the people that are getting into positions. This is why our legal system is so fucked, guys. You have violent commie faggots like this guy, Jay Jones, coming in and saying that they literally wish that their opponents would die and that their children would die in their mother's arms. The wife of your opponent. You want their children to die, because that's going to make the point. That is so fucking dangerous. And the fact that this is not a bigger story on the national scale, and you don't have a bunch of mainstream outlets, your basic bitch, media outlets talking about how disgusting and disturbing this is. But Republicans, guys, the right, everybody's got to turn down the temperature. Fuck that shit. No, absolutely fucking not. The left is psychotic as fuck, and they need to be told it to their fucking face. And if they get in your face, like violently, if they start getting towards you, assume that they have the worst fucking intentions and defend yourself. These sick bastards, I cannot for the life of me understand that how we have gotten to this point, other than the institutions have been so violently infiltrated by commie faggots that there is no saving these institutions anymore. They have to be erased, and we need to start the fuck over, because this is somebody who is going for the highest position in a state that has this mentality. I don't wish death upon people, but I think somebody that wishes for the death of somebody else's kids, I absolutely think that parent, there should be no charges filed. If they see him, they want to beat the fuck out of him. I have no fucking problem with that. You wish death upon somebody's kids, you deserve to get your ass beat viciously. Not saying you should be killed, but you need to be taught a fucking lesson, boy. Fuck that shit. I can't stand that. Can't stand wishing that kind of thing on somebody's kids. Fucking disgusting. And Tim Kaine, you Grinch looking fuck. Eat shit. Castro approved rant. You're welcome. I'm just tired. I'm tired of it. And I think righteous rage is appropriate in response to this evil. Flip the tables energy is what we need for this stuff, because we have been so docile in our response to this evil. And all it takes for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. And my version of doing something is talking about it, bringing attention to it, and putting it in their face. No, this is what your quote-unquote establishment candidates believe. Just imagine how much more is said behind closed doors, guys. Just imagine. If this is what came out, this is a little bit of the stuff that came out, there's more. There's more. 9 out of 10 truthful rant. Oh, man. Oh, God. No, Sanglant. No, I don't even want to think. Oh, gosh. I'm sure I'm not missing anything in the chat. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Oh, I might need to be a little bit quieter. Mini Dozer just kicked the wall. I don't know if you guys could hear it. Looks like the Jerusalem Post is trying to foment fears of war with Iran again. Iran is developing a nuclear missile to hit the U.S., Netanyahu warns in Ben Shapiro interview. Hooray. He was told that Iran's nuclear program was obliterated like nobody's ever seen before. Was that not accurate? Evidently not. I've actually never seen Office Space. I'm pretty sure that's his name, but did you miss? Was there a $1 Rumble rant? Did I miss a damn? Let me see. Oh my goodness gracious! Entropy Nomad came in hot with a $1 Rumble rant. I was reading an article. I get distracted, guys. If I'm reading the article, I might not be as attentive to the chat. My apologies. Let me find it real quick. Let me scroll. Where did it go? So I like to pull it up. There's the $1 for Sanglant. It's a $1 Rumble rant. That puts us $47 away from hat goal on a Tuesday, guys. When we get blue in the chat, we must play the blue sound. And since it's for Sanglant, it's going to be the loud one. So if your audio is turned up all the way, you might want to crank it down just a couple notches. The forceful, loud blue song. Yes. Thank you for saying something in the chat there, Bartavello. Yes, we squirrel. I know. I've seen the clips. I do have to watch it. Gotta get that sound edition from Foam Man. Remember to foam test it. Yeah. A little squirrely. No get hat for me. It's okay. It's all right, Harry Toe. All right. Somebody else might pick up the slack. You never know. Oh, man. But yes, there's that. Oh, here's a feel-good story, guys. Need a feel-good story. This is one of the goodest boys in the world, okay? This is a very, very good boy. Check this out.
But she never takes more than 10 or 15 minutes. It's almost an hour now. It's over an hour now.
He's worried about his
Do you know
wife.
what breed the dog is?
The dog's just he's just a 100-pound dog.
Okay.
So his wife's missing. Went for a walk with the dog. It's been an hour.
There's the dog. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Where's your mama? Hi. Hi, where's your mama? Where's your mommy? Hold on, where's your mama? Tell me where your mama is.
This is the goodest boy. What's up, conservative cult? We're having positive energy right now. Elderly woman walks the dog. Doesn't come back.
Ma'am? I've got you, ma'am.
And the dog literally tracked the cop down
322 I've located her.
and led the cop
Hey,
to
ma'am,
her.
Can you tell me what happened? Oh, can you tell me what happened? Are you okay?
There's a good boy.
322 SO. Can you have EMS en route to the golf course? She's laying here on the sidewalk, alert and conscious, but she may have injured herself. Where were you when found you? I was in front of that house right there. And then the dog ran up to me. I was right out here. And the dog brought you over? Mm-hmm. He wouldn't leave.
Woohoo, conservative cult. Appreciate that. I'll be on for another probably hour and a half. So hey, if the raid's coming. Heck yeah, conservative cult. This is some positive energy right here.
He kept coming back to me. Mm-hmm. He ran up to my car and I said, bring me to your mommy, and he ran back here. He come up to your car? Mm-hmm. Good boy. Sweetheart. Good boy. Very good boy. I'm not even his owner. I'm his grandmother. Oh, you're such a good boy. You're so good.
He's the goodest boy.
You're so good.
He saved her life.
Oh, Eeyore, you're a good boy.
His name is Eeyore.
Grandma loves you. Good boy, Eeyore.
You saved Grandma. That is positive energy right there. Sometimes you need that. That's a palate cleanser, guys, after the rant we just had. Man, that's amazing. Dogs are amazing sometimes. Sometimes they're not. But that is the case of a very, very good boy that saved his grandma. Because she took him for a walk. And I guess she fell, which happens. That happens sometimes. Thankfully, we had a good result, though. Here's something that might not be a good result. I don't know if I played this last night, but this is something that is concerning, but cool, but concerning. I think it's a guy in a suit. I don't think this is an actual robot, right, guys? It's a guy in a suit, right? Right? Doing his forms. That's with the neutron. We have so many movies that warned us about this. I don't know if I played that last night or not, but I think I might have. No hips wouldn't fit. You're right saying Lant, but it could be edited. Okay, it'd be pretty small to fit in that suit. That was real, guys. That's the robots are getting better. All right, they're getting better. we might have ourselves in an issue. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of movies that they made about this Terminator. Multiple Terminator movies. It seems like this would probably be something we should stop. Just slow down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Slow your roll there, Elon. Just a tad. Just a tad, okay? Can we do that? I'd appreciate that. Excuse me. Let me see. Get back to where I need to be. Where did it go? Ooh, did you guys see this really cool thing? I don't know what the... explain this for me. This just in between topics, palate cleanser kind of things we're doing here. What the hell is going on here? This really fit into the topics last night, but just watch this. Is this AI? Look up here. First of all, that thing, that light, that's kind of the similar thing to what I've been seeing out around my place. I haven't seen them in, I saw one while I was fishing last week. No, it's just really shitty video editing. Fake. I don't know. I want to believe, guys. I want to believe. What do the comments section say? Let's see. Somebody's calling it fake, I'm sure. Grok, when was this video taken and what is the city shown? Ooh. What's Grok say? The video was recorded on April 16th, 2025 around 3:47 a.m. local time, showing a fireball over Mexico City. It's been circulating with claims of direction change, but mainstream reports describe it as a bolide that disintegrated in the atmosphere. Okay, here's the explanation from Grok. Grok is not 100% correct on everything, but it says the apparent trajectory change in the video is likely due to fragmentation, the bolide breaking apart with pieces veering slightly, or an optical illusion from the perspective. Scientific sources like NASA and astronomers explain it as a natural effect of atmospheric entry, not an actual course correction. Alternative theories include UFO intervention, but no evidence supports that. Well, there you go. Apparently, it's not editing. Apparently, that's a real video. It just might not be what you think it is. Which is okay. That happens. That happens, guys. From time to time. All right. Let me find this piece here. Oh, where did it go? Where did it go? Well, son of a gun. Evidently, I don't have this in my bookmarks. Let me go to let me go to all my bookmarks real quick. Or it might be in the Dozer Den one. Shoot. Grok won't say anything is fake because Grok made it. Oh. All right. Tail straight, camera moving at normal speed, timing off, fake. Young Fangs does not like it. Says fake. Why does Grok always sound like a bad reporter? Well, maybe that's the intent. Bad reporter vibes. I don't know. Let me find... See, I actually do not have the screenshot of these messages. All right, here is the clip. So, TPUSA, Candace Owens. Next topic here. Let's get into it. Retsnom, did you read the post about the 100 things to do before you die? I was surprised Yell for Help wasn't on one of those things. It's fair. It's very fair. Harry Toe, I now believe everything the news says. Of course. Who doesn't? Guys, if you haven't smashed that like button, Harry Toe, I know you forget. Go ahead and give it a good smashing. Give it a good smashing. Let's take a look at how many likes we got. We got 15 likes, 16 including myself, because if you're not liking what you're doing, what are you really doing? So go ahead and smash that like button. JDL37 telling you guys what to do. Fellow Show Me Stater, hello there. Hope you are doing well. You can repost the stream here on Rumble and over there on pill.net. Don't have anyone watching on Pill tonight. Let's look at the repost in the comments really quick, and I'll give you a shout out. Shout out! Yanni Fangs with a repost and Sam Duty with a repost. Thank you guys so much for helping this channel. They say that helps the channel grow. So appreciate those that are able to hit that repost. You don't care about the Candace stuff. It's actually Harry Toe. They admitted that the message is real. The conclusions, that's something that we can still debate for sure with Candace. It's kind of almost like she had a definitive yes on something and is using that to now talk about her dream Charlie state. I don't know. She dreamt that Charlie came to her and said he was betrayed. What are you, one of the disciples in Christ is coming to talk to you? Is that what you're trying to do here? It's a weird parallel, Candace. I don't like it. You actually had yourself a bit of a win. You did. But if you're dipping out, Harry Toe, rest well. I understand. This is pretty much the messages are Charlie Kirk talking about Jewish donors fitting into all the stereotypes and how doesn't like being bullied, wants to have Tucker and Candace on maybe, says that he's going to move away from the Israel First agenda or a pro-Israel message, and it says leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause is how Charlie Kirk worded it. Now, does that mean that Israel killed Charlie Kirk? No, it doesn't. It's not a good look, though. It's not a good look that one of your biggest supporters is questioning you, platforming people that you disagree with vehemently. If it is Tyler Robinson that did take the shot, which evidence indicates that it is, we do know the FBI lies, though, so a full investigation. Before we hang our hats on anything 100% with this stuff, guys, we have to wait for all of the facts, because if not, we're doing a lot of assuming. We're doing a lot of speculation. But I said last night, hey, until we get confirmation, this is just as wishy-washy as the printouts from the FBI between the Tyler Robinson and his trans furry lover. Excuse me. It's like, you're going to have to do better than that. But then we got confirmation today. So, here this is.
Of the things that have been going around on public, namely about a group text chain that has been made known and released by Candace.
Shit. There it is. Really quick. Okay, let's just go ahead and read through it. Just lost another huge Jewish donor, $2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting Candace. Someone says, ugh. Jewish donors play into all the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. Please don't invite Candace, somebody said. That might feel good short term, but it's not good long term, in my opinion. Like all groups, you're going to get a wide variety of opinions. That nasty free will thing that God bestowed upon us makes life frustrating at times. What?
Owens.
What?
And I just want to address it. Start of this show to address some of the things that have been going around on public, namely about a group text chain that has been made known and released by Candace Owens. And I just want to address it head on because, that was a screen grab that I had shared with people. So it is authentic. And I want to go into it because I actually am really excited that the truth is out there. I first started it.
Yeah. Yeah, the response. So that was just a brief clip. There's a 3-minute clip. Let me see if I can find it. Or a longer one. So here's a 2-minute one. Let me see if this 3-minute. Oh, no. There was a 3-minute one, but let's look here at this 2-minute one. This is Andrew Colvett responding to it.
The start of this show to address some of the things that have been going around chain that has been made known and released by Candace Owens. And I just want to address it head on because with people. So it is authentic. And I want to go into it because I actually am really excited that the truth is out there. I first want to say the reason I didn't share that screen grab publicly is because it was a private exchange, and I felt like it didn't necessarily comport with things that were already public. I wanted to not betray my friends' trust in that way. But I did share it with some people in government because it happened really quick. It was, it took 33 hours for authorities to get their suspect. And in those first moments, we wanted no stone unturned. We wanted to leave nothing unturned. So
you guys thought it might have been Israel? Is that why you shared it with the government source? That's what... Okay, let's listen to that again really quick.
To get their suspect. And in those first moments, we wanted no stone unturned. We wanted to leave nothing unturned. So I shared it with a few people.
It was in his mind. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this. I'm not saying it was. I don't have any evidence of it. But
don't know where it went from there, apparently. But here we are. So one of the reasons, Blake, that I'm glad to have this now public, it was not mine to share publicly, but one of the criticisms we've received is that we don't care, we're not investigating every lead, we're not looking under every stone, and that somehow we're just like, sweeping things under the rug. And when I say that we want justice for Charlie more than anybody else, I really mean it, and no stone unturned. I mean, I don't know if you want to chime in on that part alone, but I have more to say.
Yeah, so it has been so frustrating to have people blow up about this.
Yeah.
And I've certainly stated publicly, the reason I haven't weighed in on things is I am an eyewitness to events, and they've said, don't comment on things because anything you say can mess that up. I don't want to mess up any trial for the person who did this.
That's 1,000.
I will say the longer clip, their nonverbals were just all over the place. Very, very uncomfortable with even talking about this. And I get it if it's a private conversation, but also not a good look. And then Candace came out and started talking about dreaming about Charlie Kirk coming to her and saying that he had been betrayed. Yeah, you almost had a win there, Candace. You almost had a win, and then you're talking about the dreams, and you lost me there, Candace. You lost me. And honestly, I don't watch Candace Owens. Not my cup of tea. She was really shitty with Crowder in the past, and I thought that was kind of cruddy. And the whole... Oh, here we go. Let me do right there. All right. We are going to watch a clip here from Redacted. Clayton Morris and Natalie Morris on this topic. Good, informative interview. Coverage of the topic and then interview. Interesting stuff. The real problem with Candace is her conclusions. Yes, that's where I'm at. Okay, the text messages are real, for sure. But then there's some steps that are skipped to come to the conclusions. I think still. Again, as I've maintained, we need a full investigation, a lengthy investigation that digs into all of these possibilities. Look at the funding. Look at who might have been influencing this individual if Tyler Robinson is, in fact, the one that took the shot. They still have to prove that. He said that they're saying that his DNA was found on it. Okay, well, that's going to come out in court. So we have the court of public opinion right now, which is often mob mentality and very, very skewed. So we have to be careful with that. Again, like I said last night, confirmation bias betrays us all. So you have to be cognizant of this. But it's not a good look. It's not a good look that this was a... and also, like, if she had those messages before, why didn't she release them earlier? What's up, Chops ITMC over there on Pill.net? Appreciate you, bud. Yeah, not convinced of that. Candace exposes things. She's an asset. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Definitely be skeptical of the information that you are receiving. Be critical in your thought so that you may refine your positions.
Today, go to redacted.in. Messages are real. For as little as $500, you can start investing. and sign up today for a $50 bonus. We've been working with them for years, so thanks to Connect Invest.
Yes, Retson, that's where
All
I'm
right,
at.
well, we now know the Charlie Kirk text messages are real. Candace Owens dropped those texts yesterday, and the internet exploded, showing Charlie Kirk in a group text chat saying that he lost another $2 million donation from Jewish-backed group. Here, I'll just read it. Just lost another huge Jewish donor, $2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting Candace. And someone in the chat says, ugh. Charlie then says, Jewish donors play into all the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause, he says. So reports were, of course, coming out that he was pressured. He was under enormous pressure. The sort of pro-Zionist crowd, of course, came out and said, that's a conspiracy theory. Didn't you see Benjamin Netanyahu just jump on television and tell all of us that Charlie loved Israel? They literally put up billboards across Tel Aviv, by the way, saying how much that they love Charlie Kirk. I was wondering, who's funding that, by the way? It's really interesting. They even built sandcastles on the beaches in Israel. There were like Charlie Kirk sandcastles being built.
Agreed,
because they,
Redstone.
they just wanted to show how much that Netanyahu and Charlie were friendly, I guess. But apparently, Israel and Jewish donors were pressuring Charlie Kirk,
Which we actually, to be fair, we had been told that. We had been told that already, that there were donors that were mad because he was platforming people like Tucker. So we did actually know that before. So
they wanted to say that he loved Israel. Netanyahu went on a big PR campaign after Charlie Kirk was shot. Turns out, I know for a fact that Charlie Kirk despised Benjamin Netanyahu. That's confirmed. And he was getting enormous pressure from Israeli donors. Well, we now know that those text messages are 100% real because Andrew Colvett from Turning Points, who was in this group chat, just said, yes, they are real. Watch.
Start of this show.
We already heard that.
All the people that were like, these are faked. Okay, well, confirmation.
Well, now the
And
narrative
that's the thing.
is
That's what I was saying last night. Until we get confirmation, it's easily fakeable. And we got confirmation today, though.
it doesn't matter. And she'll prove that she was right, and that makes her crazy.
Right.
Because she was right.
Her next statement about the whole Charlie came to me in a dream and said he was betrayed, that makes you look crazy. Just being honest.
Okay.
So, anyway, those texts were just days before Charlie was killed and before his death.
Yep.
Charlie warned on his
Entropy.
show about the Jewish
They sure
donor
are.
influence in America. Watch.
And Jewish donors, they have a lot of explaining to do, a lot of decoupling to do.
Got a lot of
Because
explaining
Jewish
to
donors
do.
have been the number one funding mechanism of radical, open border, neoliberal, quasi-Marxist policies, cultural institutions, and nonprofits. This is a beast created by secular Jews.
Yes.
And now it's coming for Jews, and they're like, what on earth happened? And it's not just the colleges.
Pretty much police your own kind of thing, is what he's saying.
It's the nonprofits, it's the movies, it's Hollywood, it's all of it. It's like time for you guys to wake up and say no more. Draw a line in the sand. I don't care if you hate me.
Damn.
Well, last week, journalist Nick Stout discovered that influencers being paid $7,000 for every positive pro-Israel post they make. Here was that reporting.
Hey, Israel, I could use another $7,000. I'll say something nice about your country. I'll say something nice about Israel. Not your government. I'll say something nice about Israel. For this lovely weather. Lovely weather.
Israel is paying influencers $7,000 per post. And well, this week we learned that Israel plans to spend $4.1 million on marketing to save its reputation in the United States, according to the Jewish Telegraph
Actually, that's a
Agency. Most of the marketing.
Mormons have not used it to fundraise. You're right. The Mormons actually, after their church was shot up, fundraised for the shooter's wife and kids. Good on them. Like, wow.
Will be aimed at American Christians. Well, we want to bring in Nick Stout now and to talk about this. He's the one who broke that $7,000 per post story. He joins us now from Responsible Statecraft. Nick, great to see you. Incredible reporting on all of this. And I know you just launched another story today that you just broke that says Israel wants to hire Chris Pratt and Steph Curry to target Christian evangelical churches for support. Can you tell us a little bit about that? And then we'll kind of backtrack a little bit and go into some of your other reporting here.
Not helping the
Yeah,
stereotypes.
absolutely. I mean, first of all, thanks so much for inviting me on.
Stereotypes.
And Natalie, great to be here with you. And yeah, so this was actually part of that same contract for Christian outreach. All of those celebrities are Christian celebrities who have been outspoken and were identified by a firm that was pitching a contract to the Israeli government as potential spokespeople to deliver and this is a direct quote, to deliver pro-Israel messaging. And, you know, the celebrities themselves have not been reached out to. I reached out to all of them just out of curiosity, and a couple got back to me. John Voight's PR person said that that she wasn't sure if he would consider a contract like this, but that it was certainly, she seemed to indicate that it was certainly on the table. But yeah, these celebrities are part of this massive PR blitz that Israel is undertaking, and this is just the latest iteration of it. This is the same contract, by the way. I know you guys covered this, I believe in yesterday's show. It's part of the same contract that this firm, Show Faith by Works, is undertaking to geofence Christian churches all across the Western United States. And they're also even, it's a massive contract with a bunch of different line items. But another one that I find is kind of interesting is they're buying a bunch of mobile trailers. And they're going to be taking these mobile trailers across the Western U.S. And they're calling it the October 7th experience. They're going to be highlighting the atrocities of October 7th. But also as part of this, they're going to be...
So like the whole... Not like this hasn't been done before.
Featuring footage of IDF soldiers talking about their experience. And so all of this is
propaganda. Part
of this, this Christian outreach.
And how do you think Christians will receive this? Anyone who understands it? I mean, it's clearly that there's a desperate attempt to regain Christian support for anyone over 30. They still have a stronghold, according to the recent New York Times poll, that there's still a stronghold in Trump supporters, specifically older ones. But this younger generation, it's almost like the Streisand effect. Like they're trying to make it not be transparent, and it's painfully transparent. So I think that Christians, it seems very offensive to target Christians in this way, but do you think they will see it that way?
I think in particular, younger Christians will likely see it very, very differently, right? I mean, I was curious because in the contract, part of the justification that this firm, Show Faith by Works, that they mentioned for the need for Israel to undertake this contract was to combat low approval rates of Israel among evangelical Christians. And I saw that and I was a little bit confused at first because I was like, well, hold on a second. You know, evangelical Christians have been one of the most steadfast supporters of Israel historically, and they continue to be so. But then I looked a little bit further and I noticed that there's actually a decent amount of polling that has suggested that younger evangelical Christians have departed in support for this ironclad U.S.-Israel relationship and have started to question that relationship further. So I think that it's particularly targeting that generation, you know, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, you know, younger people that, you know, will maybe they're forced to go to church by their parents, and the second they get in there, though, their phones and you know, their mobile devices are geofenced, and they get tracked and targeted with these pro-Israel ads. So
they're tracking our phones so that they can send ads to your phone that are pro-Zionist, pro-Israel. Why is this being allowed in this country? Why?
I think that, you know, it's particularly targeting young Christians and young evangelical Christians at that.
Can you talk about some?
You mean? I'm sorry, I don't think I understood that. So once you go to church, your phone is tagged as someone that they need to. Goodness.
Well, that's what I was just about to ask.
And
Like,
they
can you
spell
talk
it out
about
very explicitly.
Can you talk about the mechanics of that specifically, Nick? Like, so how do Christians know, like, is their church one of these targeted Israeli churches? Like, this is crazy to me. Like, on Sunday, you're going to go to church, and I don't know what church you're going to, and you suddenly find out you're starting to get, like, pro-Israel ads because your church specifically has partnered with this, and they're receiving funding from the Israeli government. Like, can you talk about the mechanics of where that money is coming? Did the church sign off on it? And they're making their parishioners now, like, digitally tracked by Israel?
Yeah, those are great questions. So it's not immediately clear to me that the churches themselves would be aware of this. It would take a ridiculous amount of outreach to, if people are curious, if their church, just to answer that first question, if people are curious if their church is part of this, you'll have to dig through a boring document, but there is a long list of churches. It names every single church that is, in theory, targeted by this. And what they say is that major churches, I'm going to read from the document because I think this shows you how this works. Major churches in California, Arizona, Nevada, and Colorado, and all Christian colleges during worship times will be geofenced. The actual physical boundaries of those churches will be geofenced. And then it says that they will be tracked, the attendees of the church will be tracked and continue to be targeted with ads. So that's how it works. And it's the same way,
Nick Stout.
If you have your location services on, that data just gets sold and you don't know necessarily where it goes, right? It's the same way. It's the same reason why if you're within, say, a mile radius of a AT&T store, you might get an AT&T ad. It's the same mechanics that work for corporate marketing in that way.
I mean, imagine they took away TikTok for the express reason that the Chinese government should not be able to track you.
Which was a lie.
But we know for a fact now that an Israeli push is to track Americans.
American Christians.
And our government is fine with that. In your reporting, don't you say it's non-denominational Christians mostly? And evangelicals.
They single out evangelicals, but really again, if people are curious, first thing you can do is disable your location services if you don't want to be tracked. That will hopefully ensure or at least mitigate the risk of you being tracked. But if you want to be extra sure and let your community know, you can go to this list of churches and I'll try and send this document to you guys so you can make sure to get the word out there. But there's a long list of churches. It even details the size of the congregations, the states, and
we'll put a link in our description.
How do they know this?
If you said that, what's crazy to me though, Nick, I guess what I'm just confused by, you said, I think you said, if I understood you correctly, these churches might not even be aware. So
I would be very surprised.
Who's doing it on their behalf then? Like. You know what I mean?
Like if geofencing, you don't need to, right?
Right, but you think, right? I mean, but like if I don't know, like, hey, we have a redacted guest. They come into our redacted studio, and I have nothing to do with it. But suddenly, then they're receiving like pro CNN ads. Like, we're trying to sway you to stop watching Redacted. We want you to watch CNN. Like, wait, I have no say in that.
Agreed,
like,
Wise Oak. They are
ads
not
based on my geolocation because someone came into the Redacted studio. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I hope to do some follow-up on reporting, and I'd be very curious if communities in these places are aware of it. But yeah, in essence, that is how it works. I mean, they say that they're working with, different pastors, and it seems like they have quite a few allies at a lot of these churches. But, the list itself is it goes on and on and on. And I'd be very surprised if the pastors at each of these churches would be aware of this. I mean, it would be such an undertaking if that were the case.
Philip, our technical director, has a question for you. Go ahead, Philip.
Yeah. So I'm listening to this, and I'm just wondering, like, if they're targeting the youth, the people that are most likely to see through what's going on, and or the people that are not likely to see what's going on are going to be older generation Christians who are already pro-Israel. So, like, I guess at the end of the day, like, what is the point? Like, I don't understand how they're trying to influence younger people who are more likely to see through that it's influence, and then it's going to be less likely to succeed.
I mean, I think it's a great question. I think part of that, I mean, the goal, I think, is partly to win over the swath of the population that they've lost. I mean, there was a Gallup poll from July that found that only 9% of Americans were supportive of Israel's military action in Gaza, aged 18 to 34. So they're trying to win over that population, but they're also trying to maintain, I think, the levels of support that they have from the evangelical community. But I think you're right to doubt the efficacy of something like this because, they're kind of like throwing everything at the wall. I mean, they've, in the last month, and maybe in some combination of a lot of these tactics, they will find some success. But a lot of it strikes me as kind of desperate in a way. I mean, in the last month, Israel has hired 6 different firms to work for them under the Foreign Agents Registration Act. And this is just one of them. I mean, they're also paying influencers. They're also trying to create websites and digital content to train ChatGPT. They're trying to integrate.
BB said, "What is the most important, platform class? Like what?"
Pro-Israel messaging into a number of media networks. And so, it's just one of many things that Israel is trying to do. Israel last week increased its public diplomacy budget by $40 million through the end of this fiscal year, which was an increase on top of the $150 million that they had already appropriated. And so it's clear that this is something that they feel threatened by.
Why is that Micah Huckabee actually ended up talking a little bit of he kind of went hard at Israel because they treat Christians like crap there. They do. Not all, but a lot do. A lot of them hate, like if you even try to preach the gospel of Christ, the word of God, they don't like that.
Threatened by the fact that a lot of people, are questioning this historical
Brandon
relationship
Tatum.
and
Pathetic.
are beginning to see things differently. And
They only spit on us
it
once.
remains to be seen whether it'll work or not. I have my doubts over some of it, but a lot of it is, it's a combination of these kind of like old guerrilla internet warfare.
Yeah, youth don't want to go to war because they know it's fucking bullshit. Most of the time, it's just a power play or a play to get more, sway here, sway there, land. It's the wars that we involved ourselves in are usually not necessary.
Tactics and new ones. Like I think the one that jumps to mind is the fact that they're training ChatGPT. I mean, that strikes me as something new, something that it's a new way of trying to manipulate the flow of information that we don't even really have a way of measuring the success of yet. But because people are increasingly using generative AI chatbots like ChatGPT, like a search engine, like Google or Bing. I don't know if anyone still uses Bing, but they clearly want to reach those audiences, people that use it in that way, that ask questions like, is Israel committing war crimes? If next time you go to ChatGPT, it might tell you a different answer because they have a firm working on getting pro-Israel messaging into OpenAI.
That's crazy.
Now, I just want to make this comment, and I don't know if you have a response to it, but as you're talking about this effort to track churchgoers and Christian goers, it occurs to me that it's a really good time to do that because
everybody's going back
one
to
of the
church.
responses to the death of Charlie Kirk
What's up, Sartorius? Good to
was
see you.
people going to church. People have overwhelmingly decided that they need to commit to some kind of spiritual journey, and a lot of them have followed his lead into Christianity.
Which is
so
great.
it strikes me as convenient to track Christians at a time when they
Oh, really quick, her outfit makes me think of a gingerbread lady. She is the gingerbread lady. Yep.
are super motivated. What do you think? And I know that that's not in your documents. I'm just asking you to respond to that before we let you go. It's been a fantastic interview, and I really appreciate your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, it's an effort to meet people where they are. I mean, I find it a little bit cynical. The fact that a lot of people are looking for answers, a lot of people, are showing up on Sunday because they, for a number of reasons. People go to church for so many different reasons that are very personal to them, right? And the fact that you would be targeted in this way by a foreign government that is very destabilizing actor in a lot of ways, that the UN has come down and said that a UN commission has said that it's committing genocide, all of these things. The fact that you would be targeted by a foreign government in that way while you're trying to get, worship is, I find deeply concerning. And
manipulative,
like this firm even, like they get it down to the number. They talk about how many churches there, how many church goer attendees they estimate. For instance, they give an estimate of something in the realm of 5 to 10% of churchgoers will engage in their activities in some way. How do they come up with that number? I have no idea, but it's concerning to me that people are just trying to worship, and then they're getting targeted in this way on their mobile devices and all of these different ways.
Gosh, I mean, we have a separation of church and state because our government doesn't care that Israel would do this. We don't have a separation between church and foreign state.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Where's the outrage of members of Congress? I mean, our interview yesterday, General Mike Flynn, like he was posting about it because this is shocking. I think most Americans don't know it. So we need more journalists like you doing this incredible research.
Maybe they'll leave us Catholics alone. They're going after evangelicals. Yeah, leave the Catholics.
Nick, thank you for your incredible research. People should go to Responsible Statecraft.
Yeah, you guys are killing it lately.
Yeah, doing incredible work, Nick. Great to have you here. And as this story progresses, please come back. I'd like to investigate some of our local churches here in Colorado and see if they're even aware.
They're in
of this
Colorado
at all.
now.
And
somebody, badass dude on Robert Gavea's chat was saying that redacted Clayton and Natalie were in another country. They were. Now they're in Colorado.
if their parishioners even know that this is being targeted. So,
yeah, put up a placard when you walk into church.
You're
turn
being
off your
tracked.
phone.
You're being tracked by Israel.
Yeah.
Just by going to church.
Right.
Yeah. Nick, great to see you.
Like
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Exactly.
For inviting
Scan
me
your
on.
QR code and get your free trip to Israel and get $7,000 a post. Like it's crazy times we live in. Anyway,
That's
Nick,
the thing.
thanks for hanging out so long. We appreciate it. Great reporting. Visit him over at
Matt
Responsible
Gates is talking about
Statecraft.
that
We
on,
appreciate
that
it.
on
Thanks,
Timcast
Nick.
today.
Thank you. Take care.
Our pleasure. All right.
That was a wow.
Insane.
That was a jaw dropper.
I mean,
I
I'm
thought I
just-
was prepared for that segment, and I was not.
Oh, I'm just reminded of like the story where like Jesus is like upending all of the marketing stuff around the temple, like that kind of famous,
Yes.
I'm like, how would he deal with this? Like, wait, people are going to my church and getting advertised?
And
Like, what?
Getting tracked. Yeah, I'm sure he'd love it. That's totally in the spirit.
And now you need to support Israel more, like the Israeli tracking of American
And the
Christians.
government,
Like,
yeah.
oh my God.
When he said, give Caesar's things to Caesar, he meant your data.
Right. Yeah. Give your data. All right. Coming up on the show.
Well, there that was. Good clip from Redacted. Check them out. Link to that is in the description. It's about the 51-minute mark if you want to watch it again. That's just crazy, guys. It's crazy. And I am not feeling the greatest today. A little bit under the weather. So we got our topics out in 2 hours. It's been a while since I've done that. We are going to go ahead and wrap the stream up. I'm going to set a raid on Pilled to Third Railify, and we'll do another one here. I said I was going to do Shema next raid. So let me see. If she's streaming right now, I'll send you guys over to a friendly little VTuber. She gets a little bit saucy. Oh, I don't think she's on right now. Shoot. Let me search her real quick. Is there a C there? No, there's not. It's just SH. Shema. Yeah, there she is. Let's see if she's live. She is not. Well, damn. Not raiding her right now. We'll raid somebody else. She finished already? Darn. All right. Let me see. Oh, there's a lot of people. John B. Wells? No. I appreciate that, Sam Duty. It's just that time of year. It's just a cold. You know what? It's not Wednesday, so Adonis Paul shouldn't be too crazy. Wait, is Camelot still alive? He ain't gonna raid out, though. Yeah, that's the only problem with sending you guys over to Camelot. He don't raid out. So don't really pay attention to the Rumble chat. So I want to send you guys somewhere where they'll raid out. We'll do Third Railify. You know what? We'll do Cool Frog. I haven't done Cool Frog in a while. He's been going for 2.5 hours. He's probably going to be going for a little bit longer. So we will do that. All right. First, we will play the Dozer Den theme song, but then I will send you guys that way. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Cody is live, but he doesn't. If you pay attention to the Rumble chat a little bit more, I might raid over there. But if you want to go over there, you can. But thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Appreciate you guys. Sorry it's a short one, but like I said, don't feel the greatest, and I have a very early start to the workday tomorrow. So appreciate each and every one of you watching. Don't forget, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Central. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, newsy stuff. Saturday, it's a decompressed chill stream with music video requests for the Dozer Den DJ Hour, where you can rock out with your cock out, jam out with your glam out. Those are the only two options, and if you're intersex, I want you to please pick a fucking lane already, for the love of God. Let us play the song of the Dozer Den.
Land of power, land of might, exceptional rage, endless fight, patriot bulldozer, leading the way, crushing all foes, making them pay. Flag in hand, fury in eyes, screams of pride, ignoring lies, iron grip, ruthless and cold, American dream, fierce and bold, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save, bulldozers wrath, tearing apart, exceptionalism, fire in the heart, no retreat, no surrender, bulldozers force, a savage offender, red, white, blue, burning bright, in the chaos he finds delight, blazing trails of destruction left, in the name of the blessed of theft, freedom's price, a crimson blade, bulldozer, savage again, legend made, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save,
Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for that $1 Rumble rant. There at the end, you turn the chat blue. I can't leave it alone with a bunch of peach slaps. That's right. When the chat goes blue, we play the blue song. Whoa there. Whoa there. Got a little carried away. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy Cool Frog or Third Railify, wherever you may be going. I will see you guys on Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Central. Y'all have a good one.